Hey everybody, just a little update on my little platy tank I got going on over here. No new platies. I still just have the same 8. Um, Plants are growing in pretty good. I forget what these are called. They're not like little swords or anything. I know what they're called, but I've had them in another tank for years, and they kind of didn't really do anything because it was really low light. And in low light, they actually got like way longer. They were probably like up here. All these little brown leaves are leaves that I actually cut, and it appears with this plant, cut leaves just die, which is fine. This moss is growing in quite a bit. This is supposed to be Christmas moss. I don't know if it is. I don't know if you can tell from this if it is, but that's what I bought it as. Like, geez, I don't even know, 12 years ago or something. Go on. That's one of my cats. Some of the Java ferns are starting to make new sprouts. There's some up here. There's some up there. This red crypt. Let me try and get around the side here. You can't really see. You can kind of see. It's kind of made a running right there, but it's so close to the main plant. I'm gonna just leave it there, so it'll just look like a fuller plant in a little bit. These other crypts, I got these also like, oh geez, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years ago. And they look mostly green, but you can kind of see the newer leaves are getting red in them from the light. And I think I originally bought these as bronze. And they were almost more like this one in the back. So maybe it'll turn back into that. I don't know. Then I just, this moss down here and stuff was just original stuff that's been dead forever. And when I put this branch in this tank, this just came back on its own. This stuff I actually tied all on to here, and the ferns I actually super glued down. Then I have all the, is it wisteria or there's something else it's called, right? I can't think of the name. Or maybe they're two different species, but they look really similar. But so I have this bit over here, but all the stuff on this side, for whatever reason, just floated up to the top. But that's fine, because I know it can float. And I only have one little fry in here right now. Like the day I got these fish, one of them dropped, and I found like 3 of them, and then only one survived. It's weird that I'm not seeing them right now anywhere, or him, her, I don't know. You can't tell at the set. Oh, right here, right there, that little white one, which I'm assuming came from that one. But you know, that's fine, because if I can hide up in there, I need to get some kind of floaters. But yeah, like, stuff is growing pretty good. You know, I don't really have algae. I don't have any algae eaters yet. I'd like to, maybe once it gets a little more established, get, I don't know, half a dozen autosynclists or something. I really like autosynclists. I think they're perfect size for 29. I think, like, if you get bushy nose plecos, you can breed them in a 29 or a 20. But when you have a bunch of other fish and plants and just stuff, like, where would I put the caves? And they would get kind of too big, and I would want to breed them. So, like, if I just put them in here, I'd never breed them. They'd just be in there for cleanup and another fish to feed a different food. I'd like to get maybe, you know, like I said, I have 8 adults in here, and I have that one fry that I may or may not keep. It'll depend on whether it's a male or female, and how it looks once it's mature. But I'd like to get maybe 4 or 5 more, maybe another male or 2, and like 3 more females. Because I have, of the 8, I have 3 males and 5 females. And I always want, with almost any fish, not almost any fish, but with live bears, you want more females than males, because the males will just drive the females to death. Even if it's like even numbers, they just don't stop. They don't care that the female's pregnant or that she's about to drop. They'll just keep harassing her and harassing her and harassing her. Cichlids kind of do the same thing. That's why, like, cichlids usually want like 1 male and at least 2 females, but it's better if you have like 3 or 4. And then, you know, I don't know, some tetras or some danio, like some of the fancier, kind of like cooler nano danios, not just like a, you know, whatever, or rasboros, something like that. But anyways, I'm just gonna shut up and just let the fish, I'm gonna feed them real quick so they move around a little more, and then just gonna, rest of this can just be like, the fish just swimming around, and everybody can relax and just watch the fish tank if they want, as I'm doing all of this like with a nearly empty bottle of fish food and my cell phone in the other hand. I don't have any kind of like selfie stick or like any way to dock this or anything, so I'm about to just drop everything everywhere. Okay, I gave him some food. So let's just chill for, I don't know, another 10 minutes or something. Just, I'll move in a little bit here. Sorry if it doesn't focus or anything. This phone is like several years old. It's not the best. But just watch them fish swim around and chill. I'm sorry about the front glass too. I totally should have wiped that. You can see the smudges and stuff. Oh well. I think that orange one is definitely pregnant. I can't tell when she's gonna drop. She doesn't have like a black spot, but it's probably because it's her first drop. She's getting a little dark over there. She's getting pretty fat. Be interested in who the male was that bred with her and how many hyphens we get out of it. the other orange one, they look almost identical. She's back behind the plants now. She's a little plump too. I mean, I'm sure all the females at this point are pregnant. They're all definitely mature. I just wonder what they're gonna drop, if they've been impregnated by the fish, by the males in my tank, or if they're already impregnated like in the store or whatever, which is probably by the same type of fish, the same breed of fish that they are. I really wish I could get this to focus more, but this is a pretty old phone. So this moss, all I did is I took some clumps and they were brown. I thought for sure they were dead. And I was really wondering if they would actually even be capable of coming back. And I just smushed a clump on, like outside of the tank, obviously, before I set it in there. And just stuck a rubber band around them. 1, 2, 3 rubber bands. And like I said, this stuff just came back naturally. But yeah, just threw a rubber band. And the rubber band's still there. I can probably, if I can get in there, cut it off now. But it honestly doesn't really matter. Eventually will deteriorate enough just from the water that it'll break and just float up to the top. That's what I always do with moss, unless it's in a spot that you just can't wrap a rubber band around. It's just absolutely the easiest way to put moss on decorations. And after a couple weeks, it's usually established enough that it's not coming off. You can do the same with Java Fern. I've done that in the past with Java Fern. This is actually the first time I've ever used super glue with Java Fern. Just because I had spots where I just couldn't get rubber bands around where I wanted. So I glued them. And the glue I used, I don't know what I used. It wasn't great. It was super glue. I think it was super glue brand or crazy glue. I don't know. And it was gel. And I stuck it on there. And after 30 minutes, I put it in the tank. And they all detached. So I dried everything off. I did it again. Left them out for like an hour and a half, put them back in. They all detached. Took them out again, dried it all off, put it all back on the plant. It's not roots, whatever you call it. And then the driftwood, stuck them on there, put it in my bathtub in my bathroom for like 8 hours, and like every 45 minutes to an hour I came in and like sprayed them with a squirt bottle just to keep all the plants from drying out. And like when I put the when I did put it back in the tank after that 8.5 hours or whatever, like the Java Fern looked really bad. Like I thought for sure it was all gonna die, but within a day, I guess just from being submerged in the water again, it all came right back, and it was fine. But definitely maybe look into what kind of glue you should use if you are planning on doing that, because I definitely, whatever I bought was not the right stuff. I kind of really want to turn my fish room into a mostly like live bearer, and maybe some smaller egg layer, you know, some tetras or whatever type fish room, or some rainbows. Rainbows are awesome. Everybody, I think, almost everybody loves rainbows. But where I live, everyone still, and it's been like this since I'm 38 years old, and it's been like this since I was like 12, is about cichlids and monster fish. And I don't want to do that. I have a cichlid tank. It's got peacocks and a couple haps in it. And it's just for decoration. I'm not breeding anything, and I don't want to breed anything. Maybe some like dwarf cichlids or something, sure. But I'm just like, if I'm gonna dedicate my whole fish room to just different breeds of live bears that I like, and I can't make any money for them, because no matter how nice they look or how standard and randomly crappy they are, if I'm only making $1 a fish from a pet store, if I can even find a local pet store that'll buy them from me, like what's the point of that, you know? I mean, yeah, I'll enjoy them myself, but I want to get them to breed them, and then once I breed them, what the heck do you do with all the spawn, all the fry, once they're grown up and are like selling size? Yeah, sure, you keep a couple to continue the line, or maybe some that are even nicer than the original parents you had or whatever, to make the line even better. But who cares if nobody wants them? So I'm kind of like at this point where I'm just like, I don't even know what I want to do. I have another 29, a 55, a 90 gallon. That's probably what I'm going to put my cichlids in, because they're in a 60 right now, and I feel like it's not big enough, and I would like to get a few more cichlids, and they'll definitely be crowded in a 60. So I'll have a 60, and then I have a 25, like 3 10s, 5 5s, 2 2.5s, and like 10 20 longs. So I mean, a decent amount of tanks. These are all empty right now. I'm almost. But it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to breed Plecos and stuff too, and Plecos are gonna sell forever. Always. They're always gonna sell. Bushy nose. And just other ancestors, but it's like I'd like to get a good like dozen different, at least, different live bears that are like really nice and stuff. But if nobody likes them, like, yeah, I guess I could ship. I could start selling on Aquabid or eBay or whatever, but man, that just seems like so much more of a pain in the ass. And I've got a lot of fish off Aquabid over the years, and I get a lot of stuff just offline from all kinds of different aquarium websites. Aquarium Co-op, obviously, I've only just kind of discovered them in the last year, but I've got 2 orders, and I plan on ordering more. But you know, Aquabid, and then there's, I don't know, Ken's Fish, but they're not. I think they changed management or ownership or something. They are not what they used to be. But I don't know. Shipping fish seems like a huge pain in the ass, especially I live in Arizona, and you know, 10 months of the year, it's so damn hot here. Like, I can't ship or receive fish because I work from home. So post office knocks on my door. I have the box immediately, but it's been in the truck all day and it's been 117 degrees out, and I get my mail at like 4:30 in the afternoon. Everything in there's dead. I don't care who ships it. It's dead. And I feel like it's vice versa. Like, even if it doesn't matter what time can I send it where it's not going to sit in a billion-degree truck for half a day before it starts heading towards where it's going. So, I don't know. Like right now, in the middle of winter is when I'll be ordering fish. Like I've seen some stuff and I'm thinking about ordering it because, like, yeah, it's cold, even if it's somebody up in New York or up in Washington or whatever, and it's freezing ass cold. They can throw heat packs in, and by the time it gets here, yeah, it'll be 60 degrees. Whatever, fish will be fine, and they have a heat pack. You know, like like this is the time to ship to, hell on earth. But anyways, yeah, so I don't know. I've always really been into live bears, and that's kind of just what I want to do, but I don't know how I can actually do it and do anything with it. But anyways, I'm at almost 23 minutes now, and I said I was going to shut up and just show fish, and then I started ranting, so I'm really sorry about that. But also, me trying to show fish isn't the best because of how craptastic my camera is. So I'm going to leave you there. Happy New Year's, everybody. Hope nobody's house burnt down from all the people just exploding the neighborhood. Mine was like a war zone for like 3.5 hours. But, alright. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later. See ya.